out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 20 Ultimate Team video. It's time to bring back MUT Recap. Apologies to all of you that are fans of this series. I think we took like 2 weeks off. Typically, when we get a lot of content on Mondays, I just got to focus videos towards that. We did get some content today, and we did drop a video earlier today talking about the new Team Diamond re-roll packs along with the new Ultimate Legends, who we had Julius Peppers and Marcus Allen. So if you missed that video, go check it out. It's linked to this one, so there's a circle with the letter I up in the right part of your screen. Click that if you want to see that video from earlier. But if you're new here, MUT Recap is a series that we put out every Monday where we go over everything that's happening in the week of Ultimate Team and some stuff that's going to be coming. So let's get on into it. You guys already know we're going to start with Weekend League, and as you can see, we only won 11 games this weekend. I didn't finish all of my games. Pretty up and down. We started 8-1. Things were rolling. I was feeling good. That was, I want to say that was up until Saturday night. I don't think I played Friday. I can't remember. But I know I was 8-1 going into Sunday. With the new content that came out, I was grinding some solos. Just didn't have a totally opportunity to grind the whole weekend playing Weekend League. So we went into Sunday night 8-1, and I lost 3 games in a row, dropped to 8-4. I hate playing on Sunday nights. What do you guys, down below in the comment section, tell me, like, what's your ideal, not even ideal, but your favorite time to play Weekend League? I think for me, the best experiences I have are usually like Thursday, right when it starts, basically Thursdays and Sunday mornings. Those are usually like my 2 favorite times to play. Sunday nights are the apps. It's a headache. It's a sweat fest. I think it's because a lot of people are trying to get those last games in, and I hate it. So we went from 8-1 to 8-4, won 2 games in a row, went to 10-4, and I was gonna play one more just to do it. Didn't really need to. With Valentine's Day this weekend, I'm not gonna be able to play much this weekend. So I'm kind of like saying, for February monthlies, it's just not going to work for me. I'll try to get what I can get, but I'm not going to sweat it. And I said, let me load into one more game, and boom, got a disconnection top 3 loss. My first one in probably 3 months, maybe 2 months. So I don't know if there's still a thing going around, if whoever did it to me figured it out on how to do it, but shame on him for doing that. So then I was really going to quit, and Miss Pop said, play one more. And if you guys watched the video earlier today, you saw the intro. It's getting a lot of clicks and views on Twitter as well, Instagram as well. She said, let me play. So we threw her on the controller, and you just got to go back and watch the earlier video today to see what happened. But we ended up playing that game, won that game to finish 11-5. I would really say I went 11-4 with that disconnect loss being one of the 5. A lot less runners. You guys let me know the metas and the problems and the things you ran into for Weekend League and just gameplay in general. People were not running the ball a lot, and I think Eric Dickerson nerf had a lot to do with it. I think it's beneficial for the game mode, for gameplay in general. I'm happy about it. Did get a lot of headaches from corner routes. That's like the new meta. Running's still a little bit OP, and you're still going to run into a lot of toters, but those corner routes, it's not that I can't stop them. I can't stop them consistently. So like you can shut them down for 2 or 3 plays in a row, but then we got, Mr. Joe Smith rolling out to the right, dashing dead eye, swerve catching corner routes on 4th and 19, and that's just where it becomes a nuisance, especially against a halfway decent player. So I don't know what they're going to do to fix those. I've been kind of like just trying to figure out some different ways. It's not that I can't stop them. It's a consistency in when I can stop them. And of course, my favorite thing of all, dropped interceptions. One of the games I lost, I think I lost, 3 in a row. The 3rd out of those 3 games that I lost, my opponent just kind of separated himself from me in the 4th quarter, but we were going back and forth, and like his 2 early touchdowns were both after drop picks on those drives, and it's just so deflating when you play like a guy who's, above average, pretty solid player, when they don't, you try to make them pay for their mistakes, and they get away with these bad reads, and then they have enough skill to kind of battle back from that, whereas if it was a turnover, as it should have been, it could have been a completely different game. So there's my rants and raints. What is a rant? There is my rant and complaints about Weekend League. We'll quickly scroll through. I'm not going to go through the whole top 100, but let's see how many. We got 2 25-0s. couple 24-0s, and I guess I'll go. Let's see what's getting in the top 100 these days. My personal best is still 20 wins. At some point, I'm going to make the top 100. It may have to be a little bit later in the year. Wow, 21. 21, and a lot of good players with 21 too. So actually looks like it's getting a little competition stiffening up a little bit here. It's normally the other way around after the Super Bowl. So there's that. Let's recap the week. Now, Monday, we got the last little bit of Super Bowl content. I'm going to use this time in this video to kind of wrap up the Super Bowl promo. I think it was pretty solid. It was nowhere near as last year's. Last year's was like one of my favorite promos of the year because Super Bowl rings, there was some reroll packs that you could just absolutely crush the auction house. I remember I was up to like 9 million around this time last year because of the Super Bowl promo. No reroll packs that were of good value, no alternate currency. Things I wrote down. I think that it was a big W for this promo as far as free content goes. Just for playing solos, you got a free 95, albeit the choices weren't great, but Timmerman was a pretty good right tackle, and it's a good place to allocate your coins towards skill positions by getting a free right guard, because you can free up coins that may be on a card that you purchase. And then the second half of it, you basically got one free 96 that you could use towards Richard Sherman, use towards Tyreek Hill, which are really, really good cards. And that was all from solos. Now, they did give you the option to play house rules to earn those Super Bowl tickets as well. And I like the mix there. Like, you could either play both, you could play one, or you could play the other. People that didn't want to play online, they didn't have to. They could grind solos, get their 2 tickets, and get a free 95 and a 96. So I thought that was a W. I thought house rules themselves were really, really solid. We'll talk about it in a moment, but I really hope we get a house rules again this week, because after a really, really downfall of house rules, it's picking back up. It's getting better. The rewards are pretty solid. Hopefully they keep that rolling. I felt like the negative on this promo was the player choices. They weren't all bad. There was good ones. Tyreek Hill was, one of them. But it just felt like there were a lot bigger names that we could have saw. Like, I was thinking Troy Polamalu. I was thinking Ray Lewis. Now, of course, Troy got a UL, and that's a different discussion. But I just felt like for something as grand as the Super Bowl is, we should have saw more and better players. Some of the limited choices were a little questionable. I love the David Tyree. The Franco was like, it was a miss. The stats were not good on that card. And then, like, the Masters, not that they were bad, but, like, we got Gene Upshaw. We got Steve Young, and then we only got 1 defensive card. Why not give us 2 defensive 96s? We got the Derek Brooks, was a good card, but why not give us another defensive card? Making a left guard a master is a little questionable to me. Give us some skill position players. The 99 Mahomes, really, really good. I'm happy that it's finally not like Edelman, Nick Foles, and Brady were the last 3, I think. Just not fun MUT-related cards. Mahomes is... The only thing with his card is his throwing motion is just still incredibly slow and painful. So then, Tuesday through Thursday, we got NFL Honors limited time cards. Pretty good. A little disappointed with the 96s last year. We had like offensive rookie Saquon. He was a 97, I believe. And this year, we had the Nick Bosa, we had the Kyler Murray, and you can't help but feel that they gave those guys 96s because they were rookie premieres, and that is disappointing if it was intentionally done. But nevertheless, we got the Lamar Jackson that I think a lot of the community wanted, a really, really good card. The CMC was a bit surprising. Tannehill not getting a card. They said that they have some, content prepared for him. My question on that is it going to be circled around him being a comeback player, and are we going to get like a comeback player type promo, or are we going to see something else where he was just already getting a card and they didn't want to switch that up? So they did kind of sub him out for the fantasy CMC, which they've never done before with the fantasy reward. And a lot of people wanted CMC, and the card's really good, so I'm happy they did that, but hopefully they got something cool coming along with Ryan Tannehill. The Stephon Gilmore was also a really, really good card, so I think Honors was straight because, we got some solid cards, we got some rookie premieres, and then I also liked what they did with Calais Campbell, what they did with Michael Thomas. Is if you had their team of the years, which were 96s, you didn't need the honors card if you had them powered up. You could literally just power up to the honors card for free And that's really good, because when you think about those cards, they're going to be expensive. They are expensive, and EA easily could have ripped people's coins away and not did that, but they did the right thing for the players in that situation. So then we had Friday, and boy, did we get a lot of content and a lot of good content. So starting out, Series 5 came out, and there was a handful of things that were really good about Series 5. So we got a brand new level cap. Can't complain about that. Level 85, you get a 96 overall power-up. Level 90, you get a 97 overall power-up, which is going to be great for Ultimate Legends, which we'll talk about in a moment. The only thing I think they missed on the level cap was a level 90, like $10 or $15 pack. There were a ton of Series Redux cards that came out that day, ranging anywhere from like a 93 to a 97, and I think they would have knocked it out of the park if at level 90 we got like a $15 guaranteed Redux, maybe even a fantasy pack. They did that a couple series ago, and everybody loved it. It was fun to grind for and to get to, and this is like 3 series in a row where they didn't do the like $10 to $15 pack, which is surprising, because a lot of people say EA is just money hungry and all they want is money, and if that were true, sometimes it appears like that. I totally get it, but if that were true, you would think every time they do a level cap, they'd give us one of those packs, because they know a lot of people are going to buy them. And that's now 3 times in a row they did not. So I'm a little befuddled there, but I would have loved to see a guaranteed Series Redux. That was the only thing they missed on. Alternate uniforms. Finally, we got them. I think there were like 40 to 50 or 60. I love the way that they brought them out there with the training packs and the reroll, and 250 training is basically what it costs to reroll again. I think that's a very fair amount. With how cheap training is, I think that's cool. I was happy to get my Eagles Kelly Greens, and that was just a thumbs up. The Level Master Bosa, I saw a lot of complaints about it. I'm in no rush to get that card, but I am going to get it, and I don't think it's that bad of a card. 99 finesse moves, you power him up, he's easily going to be a 99 with pretty much any chem. 98 with the power up. Very expensive right now, probably not worth the price tag. I'm going to allocate my trophies first during series, what are we in, 5 for the next Madden collectible, but after that I'm going to go after Bosa. I think it was a good card. We got a Torrey Holt upgrade. Fine with me. I wish his catching stats were a little bit better, but he's still one of my favorite wide receivers in the game. I'll show you guys my lineup that includes him very soon. And then we got the Tillman upgrade. That was disappointing and cool at the same time. It was cool because people who have been grinding for stars or grinding for multiplayer wins, you had these like borders and weird collectibles that you've earned and could never use them. Well, you basically could use them for Tillman to power him up, and then also you could bypass that with training if you didn't have those collectibles. So there are 2 ways around it. They didn't make us grind any silly stats or wait 30 days. The disappointing part about it was that the Tillman stats, MUT Master, when you think about MUT Master, it's supposed to be the best card in the game, the premier card in the game, and it just still feels like Sean Taylor, Jamal Adams. There's just a couple cards out there that are just better. Minka Fitzpatrick, and he's still kind of in the back of my depth chart because I like to run 4 safeties in certain formations and sometimes 3. He's still going to see the field, but he's not, one of my X factors anymore. But I think Series 5 as a whole was a W, and they didn't stop there. We then got Theme Diamonds too. We're going to drop a video on that tomorrow. Prices are going down. We got the reroll pack that came out today. But all in all, great names. A lot of nostalgia going through some of these names, seeing guys that I watched growing up, playing in the NFL, to see them get legends. I gave EA a hard time. I know a lot of you guys did at the lack of new legend names. We got Theme Diamonds 1. It was a lot of fun. We got some upgrades for those guys. I personally didn't mind that they did that. Every card needs an upgrade, and those were just upgrades that had a legend tag to them. And then I was like, these Legend Saturdays were getting lackluster, and there were less new names popping up. And then, bam, they hit us with 32 new ones. Now, they're not the greatest players, but it's always fun to see those new names in the game. Brian Westbrook, Taylor Mays. Some of these guys aren't really legends, but they're MUT legends. And we're playing MUT, so it's fine with me. The solos were a win. The Journey solos to give you the cards that go into these sets, the top 3 cards. Big W. It caused some craziness on the auction house. And with that new pack, prices are settling, and that's why we're going to do a video tomorrow to give you guys some strategies on making coins or just doing those sets for really cheap. The one thing that I would say that I don't see a lot of people talking about with the Theme Diamonds is the stats on some of them are not great. I think we're more hype about the names than the stats, but I'm pretty sure when I say this, I'm confident this is what happened, right? We know these are all very heavy theme team oriented. They all have the ×3, team chem. I think they personally made these stats a little bit less than what a 95 should have because they know they're going to have team boosts on them. And that's going to make them usable. So that was like the only thing I noticed. The Night Train Lane Master, pretty good choice, but also disappointing choice. I think I'm personally upset at that one just because I'm waiting for a Night Train upgrade. He's been one of my favorite cards this year. He makes plays all the time, and I was ready for him to get an Ultimate Legend, and then he got this very expensive card that I really want, but it's either going to cost a lot of coins to buy or a ton of time to grind for. I'll eventually get it. Do we have to maybe wait until we get our 98 overall power-up pass? Maybe. I don't know. We'll wait and see. I just wish it would have been a new name or a different name, and that's just for selfish reasons. So Saturday we got Ultimate Legends, and quick things on Ultimate Legends here. Good names, good cards, couple good cards. I think the highlights for me were Warren Sapp, Kelvin Johnson, and Troy Polamalu. The free from solo aspect, so right now you can get up to 5 of those tokens. You need 16 to get a free Ultimate Legend. I'm really hoping that Wednesday we get 2 more, and Friday we get 2 more, and then Saturday we get a couple more. I hope they don't make us wait more than maybe 4 weeks for that free card, but it's always a W when you get a free card that's sellable. I asked this question a couple videos ago. I'll ask it again. Would you rather take one card that's random but you can sell it, or a fantasy pack where you get 3 choices but you can't sell the card? Which one would you prefer? The one thing I would be questioning on this promo is that they're only 96s. There's a couple 97s, but for the most part, these are 96s, and that doesn't feel Ultimate Legendy. I would have liked to see a 97 on all of them like they did last year. I also hope we see some new names. It was good to see Megatron finally get a wideout, but we kind of knew that was happening. Great to see Warren Sapp in the game, but we want new names. I keep saying this. There's so many names out there, even if they're guys from last year. Ocho Cinco, LaDainian Tomlinson, Javon Curse. There's a lot of names out there. McNabb. A lot of names out there that we've seen in past years that we want to see. There's names that we haven't seen in a while or ever at all that we want to see. I hope we get some new names. I feel like they gave us a ton with Theme Diamonds, but I'm being greedy and I want more. So that really wraps up the content for the entire week. So what's coming up next? We'll show you guys my team to end the video. The NFL Combine in real life starts February 23rd. One would think that the Combine promo is going to start shortly before that, which could be as early as, like a week from now or next week, today being the 10th. Team MVPs came out right around this time last year. Could we see that again? Could we see team builders? If they give us team MVPs, these Theme Diamond Part 2s, and team or theme builders, whatever they were called, that would be a really, really good thing for theme teams to finish out the year. I know we got a long ways away till Madden 21, but they could really, please a lot of users with all that content this month. And then, are we going to see some type of replacement for flashbacks, heavyweights, and veterans? Last week was the last week, no more. Are we going to see some type of daily content like we've seen in the past? I'm not sure. I'm waiting to see what we get there. Do we get house rules tomorrow or at all this week? I don't know. They've been doing a lot of house rules during the weekend, so maybe we get it later in the week. Maybe it gets teased tonight. Maybe by the time you're watching this video, it's already been teased. I don't know. We are 97 overall. Here is the squad. We had Kelvin Johnson this weekend, but I got rid of him. My main disappointment with that card was his abilities. He could not get wide receiver apprentice, and my offense is really, really comfortable right now with Tyreek Hill and Torrey Holt both having wide receiver apprentice. Just because of you can throw them all over the place, throw certain routes on them in certain situations. Kelvin Johnson not being able to do that really hurt him, but when I had him, he was really good. Really, really good card. So we got our 96 power-up pass back from him, put it on Mike Vick, sold my Mike Vick, and here is the offense. Moving on to the defense, what have we done recently? I don't think we made any changes. Oh, you know what? My bad. We did pick up Brian Westbrook. He is a beast in the passing game. I think I have him to like 89 catching, No abilities. Everybody keeps telling me to put abilities on him. We might explore that at some point, but I'm happy with Vic, Holt, and Hill all being my X factors. On defense, I didn't make any really changes this weekend. I'm probably going to get Nnamdi either tonight or tomorrow. We're probably going to get rid of Champ, probably move Night Train into the slot cornerback, and put Nnamdi at CB1. Dion and LT are still my favorite two cards in the game. Regardless of their overall, they still make crazy plays. We did get Jamal Adams up to a 99 overall. We have all of the Madden collectibles minus the one that just came out Friday. So that really helped. We're going to be working on getting Brawler maxed out. But here are all my chems: lockdown, pass rush, West Coast, zone run, all maxed out, Eagles passing. And that's my squad. That's all I got. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of MUT Recap. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.